Ngày mới tới ánh mắt trời bừng sáng, trái tim nóng ước mơ ta bay cao. Từng câu tiếng Anh ta luyện ta tiến, mỗi giây cố gắng làm ngày mai rực rỡ lên. Sai rồi
Jenny,
đứng dậy chẳng sợ điều chi,
Hi teachers.
dám mơ
how are
dám
you
nói tuổi
doing?
trẻ dẫn lối đi.
I'm good.
Từ lớp học
Oh, did you
nhỏ đến
sleep?
trời rộng xa, tiếng Anh chắp
Yeah,
cánh vượt đại dương
Oh, and how was your
xa.
nap?
Hôm nay tập
was fine.
Okay. And tell me, what did you do yesterday?
Well, just doing homework and that's it.
Okay. And how's it going at school?
It was pretty good, I guess.
Okay. Anything interesting that happened at school?
Well, no, but sometime just randomly when my teacher teaches me or ask any question, she would immediately tell me to stand up and answer her question like immediately. Without I didn't even raise my hand at that point because she was telling me so fast I couldn't got a judge. But also like it's math. And sometimes my brain was just like, okay, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. And then randomly my teacher just tell me to stand up and answer her question. Now I did answer the question and I did got it right. But I don't know why because I just answer randomly. But I still got it
Did you get it right or wrong?
right.
Oh, fantastic. That's good. Okay, so Jenny, do you remember we did the open book test last time? We spoke about that. Okay, so today what we're going to do is you are going to match the sentences with the reasons supporting the ideas. Okay, so we're going to look at the supporting opinion first. So can you please match number 1 to 4 with A, B, C, or D?
So once you can learn more when they take open book tests, closed book tests are a waste of time. Students learn more by saying oh closed book tests. Too many open book tests will be a problem for students. A because they will memorize useful information, because they read more from the textbooks, because there'll be too much information to read, because students quickly forget what they have memorized. So students can learn more when they take open book tests because they will know they will too much information, they'll read more from the textbook. Okay, maybe there is A, but I will get onto that later. Closed book tests are a waste of time. That's easy because there's too much information to read. Yeah, I think so. Students can learn more by studying for closed book tests. Is C is that one.
Mm-hmm.
Too many book tests will be a problem for students. Is D, I guess.
Okay, let's have a look. Oh, okay. There we go. So students can learn more when they take open book tests because they read more from the textbooks. Okay. And then closed book tests are a waste of time. Okay. There we go. Because students quickly forget what they have memorized. And then students learn more by studying for closed book tests. Okay. So, and this is A, because they will memorize useful information, and too many open books tests will be a problem for students because there will be too much information to read. Okay, now can you do the refuting part for us, Jenny? So you're going to match number 1 to 4. Okay, I'm coming now, so you can do that in the meantime.
Number one, closed book tests are best way to test students. It's easier for students to cheat during an open book tests. I'm gonna do number one. Closed book tests are the best way to test students. And no, what Amari. This is easier for students to cheat during an open book test. If students take an open book test, they will not learn anything. Students will study more when they need to take a closed book test. Students will always find a way to cheat on a test if they want to. Is this one? No, maybe not. No. Okay. Students will always find a way to cheat on tests if they want to. Studying many hours is not a good thing. It can cause students to be stressed and unhealthy. This is not true. Closed book tests only attest to student memory, not the skills. That's incorrect. Students will learn many important skills such as finding the correct information quickly. The answer is B. I'm an E-drop, but I don't know. Yes, so
Okay.
this last closed book test only tests the student memories, not their skills. Students will study more if they need to take the closed book tests. Closed book tests are the best way to test students. Maybe C. It's easier for students to it's easier for students to cheat during an open book tests. Students will always find a way to cheat on tests if they want to. Studying in many hours is not a good thing. It can cause students to be stressed and unhealthy. I don't know. But still, I'm not sure what to gonna be with A because there's just too much on the line.
Okay, so closed book. So we have there C. Well done, Jenny. Okay, this is not true. Closed book says only test a student. Okay. There we go. And then if it is easy for a student, well done. That's A. Student will always find a way to cheat the test if they want. And then B. Okay. If students. Okay, so students take open book tests, they will not learn anything. Studying many hours is not a good thing. It can cause students to be stressed and unhealthy. And students will study more when they need to take closed book tests. This is incorrect. Students will learn many important skills such as finding the correct information quickly. Okay, well done, Jenny. Now, opinion examples. Okay, now what we're going to do is you are going to read the supporting opinion and opposing. And then, can you please circle the main idea and underline the supporting ideas in each opinion for us?
Open book tests are much better than way to test students. That's the main one. And the main reason, well, first, students learn more by taking this kind of exam. This is exam, yeah. That's the main reason. This is because students need to read the books and think about the answers. When students memorize for closed book tests, they forget the information very quickly. Second, that's the main one. Students learn many important skills. During an open book exams, the test takers need to find the correct information quickly. Such skills are needed in many jobs. True.
Well done.
And the way to test a student is to give a closed book test. That's the main one. This type of test, students don't know what question they will have the answers. So they need to review what they have learned. More studying will mean more learning. In addition, that's the main one, open book tests require too much reading. Reading is a good skill, but it doesn't test how smart a person is. Open book exams only test how fast a person can find information. They cannot test how much that person knows. What? It doesn't even make sense.
Oppose.
Okay, there we go. Well done, Jenny. Look at that. Ah, fantastic. Okay. Now, moving on to the next part. Now, can you circle the examples for us? Okay, in each opinion. So now you're going to circle the examples.
Examples.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I understand now. First, open book tests are much better way to test students. First, students learn more by taking this kind of exam. That's the supporting, because the student need to read the books and think about the answers. When students memorize for class book tests, they forget information very quickly. That's data supporting. Second, students learn many important skills. During open book exam, supporting, and then it's all about the support. I guess so. I think support is this one and not the main one, but I guess so. And the opposing opinion is the best way to test a student is to give a closed book test. In this type of test, students don't know what question they will have to answer. So they need to review what they learned. More studying will mean more learning. Okay. In addition, open book tests require too much reading. Reading is a good skill, but it doesn't test how smart a person is. Open book exam only tests how fast a person can find information. They cannot test how much that person knows, I guess.
Well done, Jenny. That was amazing. Okay. Now, moving on to the next part. That was all correct. There we go. So that is okay. Now, closed book tests are the most common exam. So let's discuss this. Okay. So let's start off with number one. So closed book tests are the most common exams. Okay. So do you agree with this, Jenny?
I guess so, for the person that no, it's for the bad, I guess.
And why do they make use of closed book exams?
Because to test how much you have learned, and besides, you learn that almost like completely of a month and months and months. And if you don't know anything that you have learned, then why do you even go to school then?
Oh, exactly. Good point you made there.
Same
And
as the,
yeah. Okay, so can you read for us other people's opinions?
do you think open book tests are less stressful than closed book tests? And I mean, based on my opinion, some of the subject is quite stressful to memorize and have to learn inside the books, like history, science, and test, blah blah blah. Except math and Vietnamese. Except Vietnamese, no. Math, sure, you can do that in closed book test because you need to. But the other subject, I think we should, because most beneficiary for the better, I guess. It's like it's less stressful when looking inside the book. And besides, I have to memorize all of those things to just do the test, and that's just stressful.
Okay, yeah, I kind of get it. So can you read for us the other people's opinions on this?
Number one is I think textbook tests are the most common exams because people think that we need to remember lots of information. Cross-book tests are the most common exam because people think they are the only way to test students.
Do you agree with that?
I agree with the second one. If it was math, the first one, you got a point. We should. All of the subjects except math.
Except maths, yeah. And do you think open book tests are less stressful than closed book tests, in your opinion?
I think it is less stressful, not gonna lie.
And why do you say that?
You can just memorize all the question and the answers, and then when the test begins, you can do that in 5 minutes and then done.
Okay. And do you think so? But don't you think you will have to spend more time looking for the answer?
Yeah, sure. But like for the benefit, it's
Yeah.
all raised, not gonna lie. I mean, like if you grow up, sometimes you forget what some of the common senses. So you go to Google because Google is the teacher.
Because it's easier to get the information accessible. Yes. Perfect.
Now,
Yeah. Can you read for us what are people's opinions on closed book tests?
I think open book tests are less stressful than closed book tests because we don't need to worry about memorizing huge amounts of information. I don't think open book tests are less stressful than closed book tests. All the tests are stressful because students worry about getting bad grades.
Okay, and which one do you agree with here?
I agree with the first one, not gonna lie. I don't agree with any of the second.
Okay. And then the next one, I want to know, do you just give me one sec. Do you think memorizing a lot of information is important?
Yes. Because like you're gonna use that in the future anyway or not, but it's only for the grade. You need to work harder for just for the grade. I know memorize a bunch of information is hard, but like you will be there on the ground or even on heaven if you stay with an Asian parent with a bad grade. You'll not be living no more.
What do you mean you won't be living no?
That's scary.
Okay. So, what is your opinion? Okay. So, do you think memorizing a lot of information is important? Is it something we have to do or must do?
You must do for the grade, not gonna lie. Except history, science, now history. I mean, like, show history, you can forget those. That's fine. I mean, like, people learn history on the test, but in adult year, there was, some of them will memorize some of the name, inventions, and the times when it was invented. But those were the rare day when you remember all of those. And besides, just an itty source of history we could remember in adult year. And the other is just for the Google one.
Right. So let's see, what are other people saying? Can you read for us other people's opinions?
It is important to memorize a lot of information. We need to know but a lot of information if we want to be successful. Not really. Also, we will need to know a lot of information when we get jobs. I don't think it is important to memorize a lot of information. We can use book or the internet to find the answer that we need. It is more important to know how to solve the problem. Solve problem. I mean, like, if you're lucky, you may solve the problem in 30 minutes, but still, that's a rare point of sight if you even solve them. But I think I have homework that's math. All of them I know, except one. Except that one itty bit of question that I don't understand a single bit until I understand it. But you know what? I understand it so late because like I was there drawing, I was there watching television, and then I look at it again and I was like, oh, that's how we solve it. Let me test it. Like I know how to calculate by hand, but I don't got time, so I just calculate by the calculator for fast. And then bam, I got my question answer. But not really, you don't really answer, you just like circle the answer, I guess. And I think I was right, but I'm not sure. But still, I wrote it with pencil because I'm not sure.
Okay, you wrote it with pencil, so you can easily rectify it if it is wrong.
And besides, you're supposed to do that by ink, but I do it with pencil. And besides, if I'm wrong, I could just change the answer. I know this is bad, but like later on, if I got my book back, then I would look back and look at the reason why I got wrong. Besides, it's easy to know why.
Okay. And do students easily forget information that they have memorized for tests?
Sure, I guess so.
And why do you say that?
Because like tests happen so early, so weird, and so exhausted. I mean, like you wake up, you're just at school and you're just sleeping. You're sleeping, you wake up, and the teacher says, "Okay, students, 5 minutes. It's gonna be test time." The student over there just like, "What the heck just happened?"
And
I
then,
just wake up, and then, bam! The teacher came in. The test opened. The student just gaslighted
they got gaslighted. Yeah. Where did you learn the word gaslighted?
on a movie,
Oh,
horror movie.
what does it mean to get gaslighted?
Surprised or didn't surprised by, I guess, like they don't think it's gonna happen. I guess so.
Yeah, well done. Caught by surprise. Yes. Okay, so can you read for us what are other people's opinions on this one?
I think the students do easily forget the information that they have memorized for tests. When students study, they need to learn a lot of things in a short time. Our brain cannot absorb all of this information. I don't think students easily forget the information that they have memorized for tests. If we study a lot, we can remember things for a long time. For example, I can remember the things I learned for geography tests 2 years ago. Maybe you got a very strong brain.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe a photogenic brain. Okay. And will students cheat more in open book tests? What do you think? What's your opinion?
This high school, some of the person that just begging for the good grade. I mean, I'm sure they will get a good grade if they even cheated. That doesn't mean that the cameraman will caught them.
Oh, but do you guys have cameras in your class?
No, why would we? Besides, I know it's weird, but like, where do you even change in school? Because like, well, we normally change in the bathroom, right? That's the good part. But like in my school, it's different. You know, all of the students, male, female, separated, and then the females like they just change in the class. But trust me, some of them are thinking like, oh, male can look at man, female can look at male. No way, that's
No.
gay.
No, that's incorrect. Okay, can you read for us what are other people's opinions on this topic?
Students will cheat more in the open book test. Students want to get the best grade that they can. Children can help them to do that. It is so easy to write extra information in books, and nobody else will see it. Okay? Students will not need to cheat in the open book test because they can use the textbook to find the information that they need.
Mm. So,
What are you out?
so does it count as cheating if it's an open book test?
For some of the law in some of the country, but I don't know. But like, you were allowed to use a textbook. I wasn't allowed to anything. I could allow is just write and that's it.
Okay. And then the next part. Okay, so for this one, what we're gonna do is we are gonna prepare the next one. Okay. Open book tests are more useful than closed books. Okay. Plan your outline and write your opinion for this motion. So your motion is open book tests are more useful than closed book tests. Now, after we've done this, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to prepare. You're going to provide me with 3 reasons why. So you are going to support this. Okay. Are you ready?
Me, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes. So you have 2 minutes to prepare your ideas. So I want you to come up with 2 to 3 ideas, and then you have to give me also examples of why. You have 2 minutes.
Okay, I think I got.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, open book tests are more useful than closed books? Okay.
So in my opinion, open book tests is or are more useful than closed book tests. It's because that students don't have to absorb the other information or like the camera. It's just like the benefit of the learning these days. They just upgrade and upgrade those learning. And besides, at the past, sure, it is quite challenging, but like still, this day and this year, somehow we learn how to identify circle, how to identify this and that, and how to identify geography, history. That's a lot, and they're a lot to memorize. And besides, the teacher gonna be like testing you of how good your memories is, and you're gonna use all the information inside your brain to use it on the test day. And I know it's just bad and sad just looking back at it, but still it's for the better and the great. But open book test, it's heaven, man. We just open the book and bam, question answer right in front of me. Like, is this heaven? This you can just copy it right down and done. You got a 10 out of 10. No brain thinking, no nothing. And besides, when your teacher, when your friend, your family look at it, you're gonna be so proud of you. And they don't know if you cheat or not. And that is sad. And just feel like guilty. But who cares? It's for the best. But at least if the important reason, I think, but the most important for you is that do you understand it or not? Because that's the most important thing of all. Like if you're gonna like copy or pass right down your test, they're gonna understand why we have that question, man. Like still, you kinda just like, oh, test is easy. I just read and answer it down. And it's not that bad. At least I got a high grade. It's not about a high grade. It's about your future, man. You want to be on the street? Maybe not. But you can do YouTube, I guess. For fun.
Wow.
You,
Yeah. Carry on.
you can be a salesman on YouTube. I know it's weird, but like still, I see some people got successful, okay? And I know that it is quite challenging to do a closed book test, but I hope that there is an open book test for history and science, okay? I'm not on time. Besides, I have to memorize this, memorize that to get the answer. You cannot use a textbook. You cannot use a calculator. You cannot use an open book. No, gonna use your brain. Like your brain is a camera. But still, I just hope something that is for open book test, not online.
Okay, and tell me, would you prefer to write an open book test or closed book test?
Okay, open book test, not gonna lie.
And why open book test?
It is much more easier and less stressful.
Yes.
If we have not have a time limit.
Perfect. Well done, Jenny. That was really good. So you said your motion. Okay, so now moving on to the next part. Just give me 1 second here quickly. Okay. Done that one. Okay, so we're going to start off with the next one, choosing where to shop. Okay, I'm just quickly opening that one. So tell me, Jenny, do you like to shop?
Not really.
Not really. But if you had to buy art things, would you then like to shop?
Yeah.
Of course, yes. Okay, so choosing where to shop. Okay, so fill in the boxes below. Okay, decide let me just see. Oh, sorry. Decide if I can't read there. Decide if you will buy the listed items in a small market or in a large supermarket and explain your decision. Okay, so let me just open that one. There we go. Okay, so which one will you? So I want you to write the soft drinks, coffee, vegetables, bread, milk, chewing gum, trash cans, and you said TV, sushi, and eggs. So you have to put them either in the small market or large markets. I'm going to give you one. Okay, yeah, you can do that. That would be even better.
No, it was for the fast, I guess.
Yeah.
Besides, I'm learning. I guess this is also take time, I guess. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So okay. A small market. I mean, like we can buy a trash can. I guess so. If you got a large house or you want a trash can inside your house. I know it's weird, but like a small, perfect trash can, not those big trans elephant thing.
Okay, like not a gigantic thing.
Yeah. In the chewing gum, that's easy to say. The small market, not gonna lie. You even buy this in large supermarket. And soft drink. Ah, okay. Maybe a large market. And a coffee. A small market. I know it's weird, but still. It's comfy. Vegetables. Large supermarket. And bread.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I guess large supermarket also. Milk. A small supermarket. I don't care. A new TV set. Okay, maybe just large supermarket. In a sushi,
Sushi, yeah.
do we even got it in a small market? Because I never see. It's quite rare actually.
Ah.
But
Do you eat a lot of sushi?
well, sometimes if I have sushi, yeah, I would eat a dozen of those. But my mom made those. But also that's her friend.
And do you know how to make sushi?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow.
But I'm not sure. Because sometimes my mom just did it for me without my help. And that is sad because I wanted to use sushi also. And eggs. Of course, like supermarket. They got dozens of kinds.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay, so tell me, why would you buy soft drinks at a large supermarket?
It's because they have so many different kinds, I guess.
Okay. And why would you buy coffee at a small supermarket?
Because, well, I know that we also have a dozen of the large in the large supermarket and also in a small supermarket, but doesn't mean the price, man. It's the difference. Some is small market
And vegetables? Why would you buy vegetables at a large supermarket?
because it's fresh
Yeah.
and we can choose, and they got dozen of those, I guess.
And bread at the large supermarket?
We can buy a baguette though.
Oh.
I mean, sure, I like baguette.
And do you eat other types of bread?
Yeah, not really.
Do you eat bread every day?
No, but I mean like one. If you buy one bread, just a single bread, that will be $10. I know it's quite expensive.
Oh,
Just
it is.
for one bread is just $10. I know it is quite expensive, but I just like the taste.
We pay $2 for bread.
That's cheap.
I
Wow.
know. I know. And what, okay, and you said then milk, you will buy, why buy milk at a small supermarket? A small
I
milk.
well, if you even buy me a can of milk, you could buy me any kind because I don't care. But like at the small market, I know it's just cow milk for some of the small market, or there could be like a dozen of those, or just some of those, or just one single cow milk in a small market. Still, I would rather use the cow milk because it's fresher than the others, I guess.
Okay, yes. And then, you have a new TV set at a large supermarket. Why would you buy that at a large supermarket?
Because the large supermarket, well, the larger is the TV, the larger is the price in the supermarket. I mean, like, come on. I like watching things. It's like animated things. I know it's weird, but still,
No.
some of them are see.
Okay, and what about, so you said eggs. Why eggs at this large supermarket?
Because they got dozen and dozen of kinds.
Oh, they got dozens and dozens of eggs. And you said trash cans at a do you get trash cans at a small or a large supermarket?
What is depends, but
Yeah.
like a large supermarket, I did see the trash can, but it's just that a trash can would perfectly fit inside the hole, not outside the hole. But in the small market, they will be depending on which one because there'll be for your outside, there'll be for your inside your house, or for both, I guess. So I would choose small market. And besides, the price is good, I guess.
Okay, I like that. And in chewing gum at a small supermarket. Oh, how often do you buy chewing gum?
Wait. Well, okay. I did remember I got choked on chewing gum, but I don't even choose it. I just, the positive thinking. You know this cartoon when you have take the M&M and throw it on the air and it go inside your mouth and you eat it? I
Yeah.
did the same thing, but with chewing gum. But somehow it got inside my throat and got stuck and I got choked. And then I just swallowed up the whole entire piece of gum.
Oh dear.
That's it.
And then?
And I was like, at first I was panicked a little bit because my mom says if you eat a chewing gum, you might die because it was stuck inside your organs or your intestine and then you cannot poop and then you die because of that.
Yes.
And I kept thinking of that and I got worried. And then a few days later, I saw no change. So I just said, yeah, okay, I got number one day. And then Okay, I guess I live.
Well, I'm glad. Okay, Jenny, now, do you like to go food shopping?
If it's like for the importance,
Yeah, for important things.
no, I'm not really.
Uh,
I don't choose.
do you ever go food shopping with your mom?
Well, yeah, but sometimes I feel it, sometimes I don't. But I guess I will go with my mom because since I don't have anything to play at home.
Okay, and do you like to go to small markets or large supermarkets?
Small market. It's sometimes some of the small market just feel like home, or not.
And if you had to buy anything at a large supermarket for yourself, what would you buy?
Stationery, especially the bags, only buy once
Oh,
because quite expensive. Besides, the bags are free useful because there's stuff large amount inside. I know, but it's for the better. And if I rather buy something in small markets, I will buy uh weird things, just random thing and just see that I never upon my eye before.
okay. And what is the worst day to go food shopping and why in your city?
Particularly like Mondays. Well, I guess it's like Mondays. It's like I know there's just few people, but it just like if you go to a large supermarket, it just felt empty and feel nothing when you go inside. And the price will go much more expensive for Monday for some of the supermarkets. And I guess so. That's like I think.
Okay. And so let's have a look. Do you like shopping? What are other people's opinions on do they like to go shopping?
So I like to go food shopping because it is very interesting to see all the foods. I also like to look around and find some interesting snacks to buy. I don't like to go food shopping. It's the same thing every week. Also, I don't like to carry the bag back to my home. They are heavy.
And do you sometimes find the bags heavy to carry home?
Yeah,
Okay. Excellent. Now, do you like to go to small markets or supermarkets? Can you read for us what are other people's opinion on these?
I like to go to a small market. These stores are all close to my house, so I can buy something quickly if I need to. I like to go to large supermarkets to do my shopping. There are so many things to buy, and there are many unusual foods too. You are quite right, but I mean, they're much more unusual when small market. I know it's weird, but
Yeah.
they got ice cream, but
Yeah.
with I buy it too.
And do you often like to buy ice cream?
I would love to if I have the money to do so, or have the grudge to do so, because my mother and father would never ever let me to buy real things. And besides, they didn't even let me to buy the popsicle that tastes like pepper because the sign said so. Pepper ice cream. Can you
Pepper
believe it?
ice cream? I've never heard of that.
I want to try it, but my mother and father think it is too weird for the combination to become like that. So they
Yeah.
didn't let.
And what other funny flavors would you like to try?
And just anything I can find that's weird. Maybe like a fruity rabbit ice cream.
Was it called?
A fruity rabbit. It's
What?
not that it's not like the flat one like the other that you can see. It's like it's 3D.
Oh,
You can
oh,
put the front and the behind and the beside.
oh. And what flavor is it?
Could be anything. Marshmallow. Fish if you want to like prank your friend.
Yeah.
And spam, chocolate, vanilla, matcha. Matcha and vanilla or matcha and
Hmm.
ice or chocolate. That'd be great. But I mean like you can buy a weird flavored pretty rabbit. Spam, cucumber, pepper,
Number.
ghost chip. I wish they have one.
Wow. Well, Jenny, thank you for sharing those amazing ideas. Tell me that you have fun today.
Yeah.
You did express your thoughts, and I like your innovative thinking. So, Jenny, you are not going to have any homework because we are going to do another exercise with the next session. So, no homework for you. So, Jenny, well done on a great session, and then I'll see you next week.